Welcome to our culture fair. Our culture of choice is Germany. I am Teresa. This is Daneri. And here comes Trevor. Daneri, Trevor, and I did some research and found concepts that would be nice for the OT practitioner to know just in case you ever work with a German client.
Some workers, most blue collars, have beer with their lunch. It's often written in the work contract.
That's interesting, but I wouldn't recommend doing this during or after an occupational therapy intervention session. Although there are just as many techies, smartphones, and tablets in Germany as in the US, you won't see many people walking around talking into their Bluetooth or earbud headsets. It's not that the technology isn't available, it's just that Germans think this looks stupid.
In the US, we usually address people we have just met by their first name. Sometimes we might not even know the person's last name.
That's true, but in German culture it is customary to address people that you just met by their last name. In contrast, they might not know the person's first name.
Wow, that's good to know. Americans are quick to use first names and develop friendship. American often feels uncomfortable if a first name basis is slow in common.
On the other hand, Germans take their time before using first names and developing close friendships. When treating a client, it is recommended to take this into consideration as you begin your client-practitioner relationship, and don't be offended if you sense hesitancy where first names and friendship building is concerned. Next, here's some do's and don'ts about how Germans dine and eat.
When it comes to food, Germans know how to do it. If going out with a group to a restaurant, expect to sit at the table for 2 or 3 hours, enjoying the meal.
Yes, and when dining out, it is customary to seat yourself. At German restaurants, expect to see large tables with empty seats around them, some filled by a smaller party, and it is totally acceptable for a new party to just come up and sit in the empty seats. You don't have to know the other people, just pull up a chair and join in.
When having people over for dinner in America, it is typical for your invited guests to ask what they can prepare in order to contribute. In Germany, this isn't really common. When invited to a host's home for dinner, it's understood that the host will provide the entire meal without help from the guests. But this doesn't exclude the guests from responsibility. In Germany, it is customary that the guests bring the host a present. Nothing extravagant, but perhaps a nice box of chocolates, wine, or a bouquet of flowers.
For an OT practitioner, it's good to know that most Germans, as well as most Europeans, have a certain way to hold their knife and fork. When eating with a knife and a fork, the right-handed person will always hold the fork in their left hand the entire time, and the knife in their right hand. They do not put the fork or the knife down, and there is no switching going on.
Wow, that's good to know.
Thanks for learning about Germany culture with us today. Enjoy your fair!